Fun, 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 fun. Stop recording. What's up, beautiful people of the world? Connor here. You know what company I'm from, Just Add Water. I got my boy Alex with me today, and we are gonna do some fun stuff. So today we are working on a fall service. Yes, exciting, woohoo! So fall services, okay, first of all, we'll get back to what fall services are. Look at this breathtaking view as we come into this backyard. Probably up on the patio. I promise you there's a water feature inside all these beautiful plants, guys. This looks phenomenal. So, follow Alex. Woo! As you can tell, these features are in fact a little full. We got some rain last night. Everything's nice and topped off. But today we are coming in to do a fall service like we're talking about. So the point of the fall service and what we are doing today is to prep the system's filtration for the heavy organic load it is about ready to experience come with the fall. With all the leaves falling down, stuff starting to sort of die off throughout the season, it's going to create a lot of organic matter. That organic matter is going to start gunking up the filters. We want to give the filters a nice cleaning so then they are ready for that heavy load. So this is what we are going to do today. Today we are going to get a 50% water change done on this feature, but to do that we're going to drop a pump in the skimmer. We're going to drain water down below the opening in the skimmer. That way we can then flush the filters out up top, and all that gunk will drain down the plumbing line into the skimmer, and then we can pump that up and out. While we have the pond lower like that, we will also be able to get in and sort of divide plants a little bit, cut out some of the dead plants and stuff like that, and we'll also be able to net out debris on the bottom of the system. So that's pretty much the gist of what we're about ready to do. You'll be able to see it a little bit better once we do step by step, getting some video of that, so then you'll be able to do this with us or do this as yourself or by yourself at home. Yeah, but other cool things about the fall service, it's a great time to actually add a few other things to your system as well. If you're thinking about lights earlier on in the year and now you actually want to commit on doing some lights in the pond, now is a great time to put some lights in since the pond will be halfway drained. If there's any sort of rock work that might be needing adjusted down in the pond, we can get that taken care of as well. But right now, all we are really looking forward to is pretty much replicating nature, as Clayton Perry would tell me this morning. We want to get this system ready for fall. I don't know, guys, I'm just rambling now. We're gonna get to work. Come with us. Alrighty guys, so we are getting going on this bottom pond. Great thing about this job site and this backyard is since we will be using pond water to clean the filter up top and down below, we have that bigger pond up there that we'll be able to clean this little pond with, and that'll help us get this one done in spick and span time. So once this gets done draining, as you can see, we have our pump set down below the weir on this skimmer. So once this pump once this pump stops draining water, that means we will have enough water pulled out of this system that we can clean both this filter and our BioFall filter without getting everything in here super gunky and gross. That being said, once we finish up, it will be dusty. We do want it to look a little murky when we finish up. That means we got everything stirred around really well, and it's gonna help settle out. Oh, look at that. We're getting close. This is almost drained down low. Once this is drained down low like that, we'll disconnect our check valve. That'll drain our plumbing line. But at this point in time, we are drained down low enough. All the sludge and gunk from inside that BioFall will not get back into the pond. We'll be able to drain it right out from there, pump it down the hill. Hey guys, so if you look in this BioFall, sorry about that glare, you can see all this gunky. So that is all the sludge and stuff from broken down organic matter, fish waste, plant debris, leaves, sticks, just normal pond sludge. So we want to try to clean a lot of this stuff out to get this filter ready. So we got the pond pretty well drained down. Here eventually we're going to disconnect our check valve and finish draining this BioFall. We'll flush this BioFall filter out, and then this pond will pretty much be finished up. So what do you guys think? You excited? Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, that's a hose hookup, that area. Boom! We are adding water to the second feature. We have finished up the fall service here at this homeowner's backyard. Both the ponds are up and running. We're just waiting for this top one to get topped off. So water level is about right there. It needs to go about 2 inches up on our skimmer face. Bottom pond is topped off and up and running, so that is fantastic. You can see the water's running nice and clear down here. It is a bit hazy down in the pond, but that's okay. We wanted to stir stuff up and get it all moved around. Up in the top pond, you can see it's a little hazy as well. There you go. But we are filling this up, getting it topped off for that 50% water change. Once water hits that top screw right there, we'll be all topped off and finished up. So it's roughly how you do a fall service on a pretty standard pond like this with a skimmer and a BioFall. Now some of you might be asking, well, what if I got a wetland filter? What if I don't have a pond? What if I just have a pondless? Do I still need to do this fall service stuff on this? We're gonna answer those questions here shortly. Once this water's topped off, we're gonna take off. We're gonna go do another fall service at another place. This pond will have a wetland filter that we'll talk about cleaning, how we're gonna clean that for the fall service. And they also have a pondless waterfall, so we'll talk about the fall service for that as well. Let's go. Alrighty guys, through the magic of video editing and that car right there, we are at Perennial Gardens. Some of you might recognize that fountain. We put that one in earlier this year and we had a video up on that. As you get up closer, here is our pondless where we'll be doing a fall service and showing you how to do a fall service on the pondless. And as we come up to the pond, you know, based off of what we just did, how we'll go about servicing the BioFall and the skimmer. But we are going to talk about servicing the wetland now. So to do a fall service on a wetland and get this cleaned, we will clean this out the same way we do it during spring cleanout. We're going to go ahead and shut the wetland pump off, and we're going to drop a pump down in our vault, drain everything out except for about 10 inches of water, and then we're going to circulate that water in on itself with a cleanout hose. Once that water gets real gunky and gross, we'll then stretch our hoses out and start draining all of that water up and out of there. Then we will put a pump in our pond, preferably in the skimmer, and let that water drain and use the water from the pond to flush this out. We'll have another pump in there still, you know, pumping all that gunk out. We'll use the water in the top part of the pond to flush this out. What's up, Zoe? And yeah, we'll thin out these plants a little bit, make it a little bit easier to flush it, and then we'll also get our BioFall flushed, our skimmer flushed, top this off, and we're good to go. So that's what we'll work here. Alex is gonna get that stuff set up, and we're gonna talk about how to do a fall service on this pondless. Alrighty guys, so this is the pondless that we will be doing a fall service on today. So a fall service on a pondless is the same as a spring cleanout on a pondless waterfall. We are going to use our cleanout pump and a hose to flush the stream, get all the gunk and debris down to the basin. We'll then hit it with a power washer, get everything all broken up, flush it one more time so everything's down in the basin, and the stream will be taken care of. We'll then pull all the gravel off of the area of the basin where water drains, flush that, power wash that, make sure it's draining really well. We'll drain out all the old gunky water, refill it with a brand new batch of water in here for 100% water change, and then we'll be all finished up with this. So I'm working on tackling this. Alex is working on this wetland. We're having a great time. I hope you guys are having a great time. Hope you're having a great day. Have a great year. Woo! Boom. Look at all these plants, guys. So up top here, we are pulling some of these plants in order to make it easier for us to spray off and wash off all this gravel. What are we doing with the plants that we pull though? We are saving the good plants because they will actually go in a plant bin back at our shop where we'll grow them, and then we can hopefully find another happy home in a different pond for them. Right now, the ones Alex are pulling out are all the floaters. Those ones will come back in here, but for the time being, getting all this gravel opened up so we can get a lot of flushing done, that is what we're looking for. So yeah. Yeah. Alright guys, as you can see, this water feature is no longer running clear. So we got a bunch of stuff stirred up with that initial flush. So now we're going to shut this down, hit it with the power washer, get all the grime off. We'll flush it one more time with this soupy water, pump it all out, get it another flush with some cleaner rinse and water, fill it back up, get our basin nice and clean, and then we're good to go. So pondlesses are pretty simple and pretty easy. It's still a good thing to do it every season, just because there is a lot of buildup by the time we get to fall, and we don't want to super load this with all that gunk and everything for over winter. So let's go. So yeah, so as you see how you shove it in there, how it sort of cools up a bit, but then after a second it'll sort of start to drain a little bit easier for you. That's because they're stuffed all bunked together, and then once it starts draining easier, like that means stuff's starting to break up, and that's what we're looking for. Alright guys, so we have our Pondless finishing up right now. As you can tell, it's a little bit murky, so what we're doing up in this top section, we got these top little sections all power washed and flushed, and they're running pretty clean. But down here, as you can see, we're still a little bit dark, fingers disappear a little bit. So now we are just using fresh water to finish flushing this out. All this gunk and stuff is going to go down into the basin where it's filling up right now. Then we'll use our clean out hose, flush all this one more time pretty aggressively, get all of our gravel put back, flush our gravel, power wash the top of the gravel, get the vault all cleaned out, and we'll fill it up. This will be good to go. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, our Pondless is pretty well finished up. We got the middle section where it was pooling a little dark, cool and clear now. We have everything flushed and power washed. We are getting our basin filled up again. We got our aqua blocks cleaned off. Now all we got to do is wait for this to fill, turn it back on, hide our vault, and then this here fall service has been completed. Woo! You love to see it. Let's go finish up the wetland. Woo! Alrighty guys, well, let's check this out. Our Pondless is in fact up and running. You can see that it's a lot clearer and not quite as gunky as it was beforehand. All that sludge is out. Our basin's draining great, so that is good to go, set for the fall season. So we come over to our pond with our wetland filter. We have our BioFall rinsed out, our skimmer got rinsed out, and our wetland filter is actually back up and running. Great part about having wetland filters in the system is they're usually hooked up to a bottom suck pump. So even before this is up high enough to get the stream up and running, we can get the filter up and going. That's going to cause aeration and water circulation, so all the fish in here are going to be good to go until there's enough water to fill this up. We'll let them know here that they have a couple hours left, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours of adding water, and then they'll be topped off. They got to plug in their skimmer pump. They've had this system for over 15 years, so they know what to do. But once it's all filled up, they're good to go. So that's how you do a fall service, guys. It was a blast to talk to you guys through this. Hope you guys learned a little bit of something and it was informative. Yeah, if you liked the video, click that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have shorts uploaded daily for your viewing pleasure of the random things we experience, find, and enjoy doing with our jobs. And we have full-length videos uploaded every Wednesday, seeing our builds, stuff like how to do service work, and just lifestyle videos in general. So catch you guys later. Have a good one.